You are a lone scout. Your ship hums around you, a familiar, comforting sound in the deep black. The Star Wanderer is your only home out here. You float at the edge of the Kepler-18 system, or what is left of it. The system has gone quiet. Terribly, unnaturally quiet. Your job is simple. You chart the unknown. You map gravitational anomalies. You listen to the whispers of newborn stars. But this is different. This is not a whisper. It is a profound and unsettling silence. A whole star system should not just turn off. It defies the known rules of star science. You run the deep space scan again. The results are the same. No radio signals, no energy signatures, nothing. Just the cold, dead echo of a place that once burned bright. It feels like walking into a room where a conversation just stopped. The air is thick with unspoken words. You check the system logs. Just one cycle ago, Kepler-18 was a thriving G-class star. It had 7 planets in its gentle embrace. Now, your sensors show a husk, a dim, gray ember where a sun used to be. The planets are frozen rocks. Something has passed through here, something that consumes light itself. You feel a chill that has nothing to do with the void outside. You push your ship forward. You have to see. You have to know what could do this. You cut your engines at the system's edge. You drift in on residual momentum, a ghost approaching a graveyard. What you see steals the breath from your lungs. A fleet hangs in the void, vast and silent. Their ships are not like yours. They are perfect geometric shapes, cubes, pyramids, dodecahedrons. Their hulls are a matte black. They absorb all light, reflecting nothing. They surround the dying star. Great tendrils of energy stretch from their ships. They are connected to the star's corona. They are not attacking it. They are draining it, siphoning its power with terrifying efficiency. There is no sound, no communication chatter, no exhaust plumes from their engines. They move with a coordinated grace that is utterly inhuman. You watch as a pyramid-shaped vessel detaches. Its task is complete. It moves to a new position. Another ship takes its place without a pause. It is a factory line of stellar death. This is not war. This is a harvest. And you realize with dawning horror, they are very, very good at it. It's the kind of efficiency that makes your own ship's messy systems feel quaint, almost embarrassingly organic. Your threat detectors are screaming, but not because you are being targeted. The fleet is simply emitting a passive field, a field of such intense order and logic. It feels like a shout in a library. Your ship's computer is struggling to process it. You are a bug in their perfect system, a tiny, insignificant variable they have not yet noticed. You need to leave. Now you slam the throttle forward. Your experimental reality drive sputters to life. It bends the space around your ship. It creates a messy, unpredictable tunnel for you to escape through. It's your only advantage. The harvesters are logical. Your drive is anything but. You punch a hole in reality and dive through. The last thing you see is the fleet, undisturbed, uncaring, still draining the life from a sun. You tumble out of warp miles away. Your ship groans in protest. The hull is still vibrating from the forced jump. You immediately open a priority channel to High Command. You transmit your sensor logs, the video feed, the energy readings, everything. The data packet is huge. It carries the weight of a dead star system. The reply comes hours later. You wait with a knot in your stomach. Their message is polite, professional, and utterly dismissive. Uncorroborated sensor ghost, it reads. Possible equipment malfunction due to gravimetric shear. They think your ship is broken. They think you are seeing things. They thank you for your vigilance and close the channel. You stare at the message. Malfunction. You saw it. You felt it. The cold, crushing logic of that fleet. High Command sits on comfortable star bases. They trust their perfect models. They cannot conceive of something so alien, so utterly outside their experience. They think the universe plays by their rules. You know better now. The universe has new players, and they are not here to talk. Frustration burns inside you. You cannot let this go. High Command will not listen, so you will have to find proof they cannot ignore. You pull up your own navigation charts. You have the Harvester's last known position. You have the faint energy trail they left behind. It's not much, but it might be enough to predict their path. You feed the data into your ship's computer. You ask it to extrapolate a trajectory. The computer whirs. It plots vector after vector. It discards thousands of possibilities. Then, a single terrifying line appears on your star map. A red line stretching across the sector. A line of impending doom. Its destination makes your blood run cold. The path leads directly to the Ethel system. Ethel is a cradle world, a planet protected by the highest interstellar law. Its people are pre-industrial. They have just discovered agriculture and written language. They look to their sky with wonder, not with fear. They have no idea what is coming for them. Their sun is a healthy, vibrant star. A perfect meal for the Harvesters. You could try High Command again. But they would just file another report. They would debate. They would form committees. By the time they acted, Ethel would be another frozen rock, another silent tomb in the endless night. Number. The official channels are too slow. You are on your own, but maybe not entirely alone. You are a scout, not a soldier. The Star Wanderer has minimal weapons. You could fire every missile you have. It would be like throwing pebbles at a mountain. Direct force is suicide. You need a different approach, something they will not expect. You pull up the sensor data from the Harvester fleet again. You study their energy field, the field of pure order. Their strength is their perfection, their unwavering logic. They calculate, they predict, they execute. There is no room for error, no room for improvisation. And that is where the idea strikes you. A spark of madness in the cold darkness of space. What if you do not fight their logic with better logic? What if you fight it with chaos? You look at the diagnostic panel for your own engine. The reality drive. High Command considers it a flawed design. Too unstable, too unpredictable. It works by creating small, contained paradoxes, tiny bursts of impossibility that propel your ship forward. It is messy. It is dangerous. It is beautifully, wonderfully human. It is the antithesis of the Harvesters. The plan forms in your mind. It is desperate. It is probably a one-way trip. But it is a chance. You will not fight them with lasers or torpedoes. You will fight them with noise, with unpredictability, with the very essence of chaos that they cannot compute. You will not destroy their ships. You will break their minds. You need more than one ship. A single note of chaos is not enough. You need a symphony. You bypass official channels. You dive into the shadow networks, the hidden forums where smugglers, explorers, and rogue pilots trade information. You send out a single, coded message. It is not a call to arms. It is a question. Who else flies with a broken compass? The message is simple. It contains a time, a set of coordinates, and a fragment of your sensor data. The data showing the Harvester's crushing, orderly energy field. You do not ask for help. You offer a challenge. You offer a puzzle only a certain kind of pilot would understand. A pilot whose ship, like yours, dances on the edge of sane physics. The replies trickle in, one by one. They are not from military heroes. They are from the forgotten and the overlooked. A grizzled asteroid miner from the belt. A young courier who runs illegal high-speed deliveries. A reclusive academic who studies forbidden star science. They all fly ships with experimental drives. Unstable engines deemed too risky for regular service. They call themselves the Ghost Brigade. Within 2 cycles, you have your fleet. 7 ships in total. A pathetic number against the Harvester's endless ranks. But these ships are special. They are fast, they are unpredictable, and their pilots are just as stubborn as you are. They have all felt like outsiders. Now, their greatest flaw might just be humanity's greatest hope. It's a bit like starting a band where everyone's instrument is slightly out of tune. You just have to hope the audience hates it enough to leave. You meet in the shadow of a rogue planetoid. 7 misfit ships against a coming apocalypse. Your fleet looks like a collection of spare parts. Each vessel is unique. Each is a testament to its pilot's personality. They are not a military unit. They are a collection of individuals. And that is your strength. You broadcast the plan to the assembled pilots. The bridge of your ship feels small as you speak. We are not going to fight them. You begin. We are going to annoy them into leaving. A moment of silence. Then, a crackle of laughter from the asteroid miner's channel. Son, his voice rasps. That's the best plan I've heard all year. You explain the strategy. You will use your reality drives in concert. Not to jump, but to generate a field of pure chaos. You will overload their sensors with impossible data. You will create micro-singularities that blink in and out of existence. You will warp space-time in ways that defy their predictive models. You will create a storm of illogical, irrational energy. A reality storm. They are a machine, you say. A perfect, logical machine. We are going to be the ghost in that machine. There is no talk of victory. No promises of survival. You are asking them to push their already unstable ships to the breaking point. To fly into the heart of an enemy that consumes stars. To wager their lives on a theory. One by one, 7 lights on your console blink from neutral to green. The Ghost Brigade is ready. The journey to Ethel is a desperate race. Your small fleet pushes its engines to the absolute limit. These experimental drives were never built for this. They were designed for short, sharp bursts, not a sustained, frantic sprint across an entire sector. Alarms blare across the comms channel, not of enemy contact, but of internal failures. My temporal synchronizer is flickering, the young courier shouts. Her ship, the Quicksilver, leaves a trail of shimmering afterimages. Just keep it pointed forward, kid, the old miner grumbles back. His ship, the Stonebreaker, is venting plasma from a fractured conduit. The hull of your own ship groans under the strain. The reality drive is generating so much gravitational stress. Every light year you cross feels like a victory. Every stable moment is a gift. You are not just flying, you are actively wrestling with the laws of physics, forcing them to bend to your will. The harvesters move with quiet, effortless grace. Your fleet moves like a barely controlled explosion, a noisy, chaotic, and desperate charge. You look at your navigation display. The red line of the harvester's path is terrifyingly close to Ethel's sun. Your own fleet's icon is a tiny blinking dot, chasing the inevitable. You are pushing your ships towards their own destruction, hoping to arrive in time to prevent another's. You are a handful of sparks racing to outshine a coming darkness. A truly terrible business model when you think about it. You drop out of warp. The sight that greets you is a waking nightmare. You are too late, or perhaps just in time. The sky of the Ethel system is already wounded. The Harvester fleet is here. A swarm of perfect black shapes hangs in space. They have surrounded Ethel's sun. The star is already dimming. Its golden light is being pulled away in sickening, silent streams. Great black tendrils of force reach out from the Harvester ships. They pierce the star's corona, siphoning its energy. The star-born wind is filled with their cold, logical presence. You can feel it even from this distance. A pressure on your mind, a demand for order, a demand for silence. Below, the planet Ethel still shines, a beautiful blue and white marble, but its light is fading. The encroaching twilight from its dying sun casts long, unnatural shadows across its surface. The people there must be looking up, confused, afraid, watching their sky burn. They have no idea what is happening. They only know that their world is growing cold. There is no time for doubt, no time for fear. The Ghost Brigade has arrived. Your comms channel is quiet. Every pilot sees the same thing. Every one of them understands the stakes. You open the channel. Your voice is steady. "Let's make some noise," you say. And 7 misfit ships dive toward the silent apocalypse. Your fleet does not engage with weapons. You do not fire a single shot. Instead, you power up your reality drives, not for flight, for chaos. You angle your ships towards the Harvester fleet. Then, as one, you ignite the storm. The space between you and the enemy erupts. It is not an explosion of light or matter. It is an explosion of impossibility. The Star Wanderer shudders as your drive fires. It sends out a wave of pure paradox, a ripple in the fabric of space-time. Beside you, the Quicksilver generates a cascade of temporal echoes. The Stonebreaker creates pockets of intense, localized gravity. The Academic's ship broadcasts complex mathematical theorems that are beautiful, yet provably false. It is a chorus of raw, untamed energy, a symphony of chaos. Each ship adds its own unique, discordant note. You are not just bending space, you are breaking it, shattering it into a million screaming fragments. The serene, logical field of the Harvesters is hit by this tidal wave of nonsense. It is like a blast of static in a silent room. You watch the Harvester fleet. For the first time, you see them react. Their perfect formation is disturbed. A few of the smaller pyramid ships drift slightly off course. The energy beams siphoning the star flicker. Just for a moment. It is a tiny crack in their perfect machine. And it is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. You have their attention. The Harvesters falter. Their silence, once a symbol of power, now feels like confusion. Their movements become hesitant. Their coordinated grace is gone, replaced by a subtle, creeping uncertainty. The storm of chaos you have unleashed is a poison to their logic-based existence. They cannot compute you. They cannot predict you. Their energy beams, once steady and strong, now sputter. Some disconnect from the star entirely, recoiling like a hand from a flame. The ships themselves seem to twitch. Their perfect geometric forms shimmer, distorted by the waves of irrational energy your fleet is pumping into the system. You are not destroying them. You are confusing them on a fundamental level. You push your drive harder. A wave of reversed entropy flows from your ship. For a split second, a tiny patch of space near a Harvester cube experiences time flowing backward. The cube freezes. Its internal systems are caught in a logical loop they cannot escape. It worked better than you could have imagined. Who knew that cosmic-level nagging was a viable military strategy? The other pilots follow your lead. They improvise. The courier creates temporal loops, making the harvesters see echoes of your fleet that are not there. The miner manipulates gravity, pulling ships slightly out of their perfect alignment. Each action is small, insignificant on its own. But together, they create a cascade of errors in the harvester network. The perfect machine is starting to break. The enemy adapts. You call them the Silentium now. It feels right. They are a silent, thinking plague. Their fleet begins to compensate. They project a counterfield, a bubble of pure, enforced logic. It pushes back against your storm of chaos, trying to smooth the ripples you are creating, trying to impose order on your beautiful mess. Their ships move in new formations, algorithms you have never seen. They are learning. They are trying to build a predictive model for your insanity. For a moment, their energy beams stabilize. The siphoning of the star resumes. Your heart sinks. Their logic is stronger than your chaos. But then you remember your true weapon. It is not the drive. It is you. You stop thinking about tactics. You stop trying to be strategic. You act on pure intuition. You dive your ship in a reckless, spiraling pattern. You broadcast poetry across the reality storm. The words of long-dead human poets. Odes to love and rage and sorrow, emotions they cannot quantify. The academic pilot starts broadcasting children's nursery rhymes. Simple, nonsensical, and utterly illogical. The courier plays music, a wild, passionate symphony. The notes are translated into fluctuations in her drive's output. The Silentium's counterfield flickers. It cannot handle the raw, unstructured data of human creativity. Their logic can counter random physics, but it cannot counter a song. It cannot understand a joke. You are not just fighting with chaos now. You are fighting with soul. You are winning. But the cost is immense. Your ships are tearing themselves apart. The strain is too much. The Stonebreaker has lost its main power core. It is drifting on emergency life support. The Quicksilver has cracks forming along its cockpit window. Your own console is a sea of red warning lights. You cannot maintain the storm for much longer. The Silentium know this. They are fortifying their logic field, waiting you out. They are retreating into a defensive shell of pure order. Your chaotic attacks are becoming less effective. The storm needs a focal point, an anchor of pure, self-destructive chaos to shatter their defense. One ship has to go to the center and intentionally overload its reality drive. It is a suicide run, a final, desperate move. Before you can give the order, a calm voice cuts through the comms. It is Kalen, the quiet academic, the one who was broadcasting nursery rhymes. "My ship has the most stable core," he says. His voice is without fear. "It will create the biggest wave. Let me be the final note." There is no time to argue. No time for goodbyes. You simply say, "Make it count, Kalen." He replies, "It has been an honor to fly with you all." His small research vessel, the Inquiry, turns. It flies directly into the heart of the Silentium formation, straight towards the cold, logical center of their power. One small ship against an army of silent gods. Kalen's ship reaches the center. The Inquiry becomes a brilliant point of light. He does not fire a weapon. He simply lets his engine die. And in its death, it is reborn. He overloads the core. He removes all the safety protocols. He lets the paradox at the heart of his drive consume itself. The ship does not explode with fire and shrapnel. It detonates in a wave of pure, unadulterated reality. Space itself screams. The detonation is a wave of absolute chaos. Time runs forward and backward at once. Gravity ceases to exist, then returns with crushing force. The fundamental constants of the universe flicker like a dying candle. It is the physical manifestation of a nervous breakdown, the ultimate act of illogical defiance. The Silentium's logic field shatters like glass. Their network, the hive mind that connects their fleet, is flooded with this impossible event. You can almost feel their collective shock, their silent scream of confusion. For the first time, you see them panic. Their formations break completely. Ships collide. Energy beams fire at random, striking their own vessels. The perfect machine is broken. The ghost has smashed it from the inside. Then, as quickly as it began, it is over. The Silentium fleet turns. They do not retreat in an orderly fashion. They flee. They tear open portals into the void and vanish. They run from the noise. They run from the chaos. They run from you. In the sudden, ringing silence, you look at Ethel. Its sun is scarred and dim, but it is still shining. The planet is saved. The Ghost Brigade floats in the wounded system. 7 ships started the fight. 6 remain. You hold a moment of silence for Kalen, the man who became a song, the hero who fought a war with a nursery rhyme. Around you, the other pilots begin to send damage reports. They are battered, broken, but they are alive, and they are victorious. A transmission comes through. It is from High Command. Their tone is different this time. No dismissal. No polite skepticism, just awe, and something that sounds like fear. They saw the whole thing. The energy signature from Kalen's sacrifice was visible across the sector. They have no words for what you did. You have shown them a weapon they never knew they had. Humanity's place in the universe is different now. You have faced an enemy beyond comprehension, an enemy of pure logic. And you did not defeat it with bigger guns or faster ships. You defeated it with your flaws, with your emotions, with your unpredictability, with the messy, chaotic, beautiful spirit of a species that refuses to be silent. You look out at the stars. They seem brighter now, more full of possibility. The void is still vast and dangerous. But humanity has a new sword to wield against the darkness. It is not made of steel or light. It is forged in the heart, in the unpredictable spark that makes you human. You are no longer just a scout. You are a warrior of chaos, and you have a feeling your work is just beginning.